Yes. I guess it was really, the mind was quite noisy in the driving, so it's good in the sense that now it got so quiet, just from Darshan at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's good to see that. It's a chance to see the difference. It's a huge contrast right now.
Yeah, it's a huge contrast. And when it totally falls away and it doesn't rise anymore, it's an even bigger contrast.
But the suffering becomes very pronounced right now from the mind. Seeing that mind, when that mind is going, it's very pronounced that this is really suffering.
Exactly. It is. The mind is suffering. The mind, with all its attachments and aversions, is absolute suffering.
It gets really hard now because it becomes so pronounced, whereas before it's dull. The situation wasn't seen, and it is more dull.
Well, right, because there's being caught up in it. But now there are moments where one is getting a break from it, and then they can really cognize that it is suffering. And so that should only give you the impetus to really go forward, when you can really see that it's suffering.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot to get to that point, to really cognize and see that the mind and its attachment to the story is 100% suffering.
Yeah, it's a difficult transition point when you see that.
Yeah. Exactly. But that's the point one has to come to really dedicate and then say, no holds barred, going forward 100%, I want to be off the wheel of karma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, one is playing with it, Yeah, but when one finally cognizes and really gets it, that it is suffering, and one is free of it for a moment and gets that respite, then one knows that what's being spoken of is that absolute truth of that situation.
Right at this moment, it couldn't be a better time. It was just a hell realm driving. The mind was just going and going and going.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter, practices all you want, just going and going, but now it's just quiet.
Mm.
So it's a good opportunity, that huge contrast, to see that, just like you're saying, the impetus to get out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And like I said, it takes a while. It takes a while. The mind goes and runs away for a time, and the practices aren't there to suppress the mind. It's, eventually it has to blow out, and sometimes it takes a while for that momentum to still and stop. It's got a lot of momentum from a lot of years and a lot of lifetimes, okay?
Jeez.
Yeah. So it takes a while. That's the truth of the situation. So one has to remain dedicated with it, really.
And it's also mysterious that all of a sudden for Siddhananda it just dies. You're right, every bit of it's so mysterious.
Yeah, it is. Very mysterious. And so now I'm hoping with Siddhananda that it just remains there, that it doesn't again, get something that's going to root again and get it. She's in that last processes of, today where things imploded, and now it's really important when this is imploded not to have something that reestablishes.
Uh-huh. Hope so.
Yeah, there's step by step, falling away by falling away, expansion, then falling away and dismantling, and yeah.
I can only say life is full of surprises. What a soap opera this is. It really is. And I was just thinking Lolly, and this is just like Lolly. Next episode.
Exactly.
Unbelievable. Just out of nowhere, everyone's enlightened out of nowhere. Surprise! No one now. Okay, they're enlightened again. What's next? What an incredible soap opera.
It is, it's like I said, when the first falling away happens in expansion, the same words are used and they'll think that that's it and that's what they're conveying. But the more that you sit with them, you see, no, there's still mind going. So that's not full realization, and they don't understand the difference between oneness and realization. And so they're in that point of oneness, and it may be very, very strong oneness, in that witness state and buffer zone and, looking always towards, and it's being held with effort. Then the oneness becomes more effortless, but that's still not it. Okay, that's still not it. There's still subject object in that, and even that has to implode, and that takes some time before one gets to that point where the mind starts to, things are cranking under the surface, and it starts cranking and eventually wears away enough that those threads can start to be cut. So it's a process that takes place, and one has to be willing to stay within it for the whole of the process, not abdicate early and just hope it's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah. One has to continue to remain dedicated in it. It's not over till it's over.
From what's taking place, it's all like newfound discovery as it goes, or what life is full of surprises, and as this unfolds, mm-hmm. all are entertained and amazed by it. Mm-hmm. All. Right? It's just it's discovery unfolding, and like, isn't that interesting, or something like that? Is that about it?
Well, it's never what one thinks it's going to be,
Including the guru and everybody.
Yeah. People hear the teachings, but they hear it at the level where they're at. They don't hear it at the pure level because they're still trying to filter it through mind and their experience and make it fit that. They don't hear the pure truth of it, not until very, very far down the road. It's like if you listen to satsangs that you heard and you've been here for like 4, 5, 6 years, and you go back and listen to them, you'll get a whole different take on them than the first time you heard them 5, 6 years ago.